Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks, and it's Sunday, so it's another random destruction. I've had a little break from doing reviews, and I'll be back to doing some other videos throughout the week. Maybe a World of Fail tomorrow, we'll have to see, although I have missed out Battlefield this week. Unfortunately, it seemed to just slip my mind, I'm afraid, so I might even do that one tomorrow, I'm not too sure yet. Anyway, I'm in the the VK4502A, the German, well, one of the German Tier 8 heavy tanks. It's on Redshire and it's a Tier 9 match. Now, I've got this fully upgraded, had it a while. Getting that sort of feeling now that I want to get out of this, and I looked at how much XP I got and I was a bit disappointed actually. I didn't think I'd have quite as much to go for the 4502B, but I do, so I don't know, I might have to make a bit of a push in it, but I do really want to get the WZ120 fully upgraded and into the Chinese Tier 10 medium. But this has got a 10.5cm or 105mm if you prefer gun. 5.94 rounds a minute, 200 pen, 320 damage. Anybody who's been in the Jag Panther will be familiar with this gun, and possibly, I think, don't you get this gun on the Tiger 2 as well? It's the not the top gun, it's the one below it. It's got a decent aiming time. It's quite a mobile heavy, really. Doesn't seem as well armoured as the Tiger 2, but it just seems more mobile and feels more like a heavy medium. In fact, it almost reminds me of a sort of German FCM 50T in a way. It's that sort of playstyle, just not quite as good rate of fire. Well, I say not quite, yeah, just nowhere near as good rate of fire. But it is fairly mobile, especially for a German. Traverses 28 degrees, which does sound slower than it feels, if you see what I mean, and turret traverse is 25 degrees. The armour, well, I think it's about the same as the Tiger 2, but it's not quite as well angled. It's 102 on the front of the hull, 80 on the sides and 80 on the rear. And the turret I've got on it is 185 on the front and 80 on the sides and rear. Now, I don't seem to be having much luck. I don't normally come this way in this tank. I do if if I'm in another heavy, some of the other heavies, T29, that sort of thing, IS3s, the ones that are a bit more heavily armoured and more, traditional heavy, not feeling like a sort of heavy medium. But nobody else had really come this way, so I came to back that guy up, and I've just not been having much luck. Just in a bad well, sort of not a bad situation, just bad positioning. I've been hitting the right flank a couple of times, and I'm assuming that's from the sort of the bigger hill towards the middle of the map. And I've not been having much luck against that E50. I did get one into his side, but then I missed another one when he came charging out from behind the rock, which was unfortunate. But we have had a bit of backup turn up, as you can see on the map, and we've pushed them back a bit. Artie has been paying attention over here though. Damaged a couple of our guys. They've gone for me. I think they clipped me. Or is that yet to come? I might be getting ahead of myself. But I do like this tank. I didn't at first. When it was stock, it was quite frustrating. But when you get it fully upgraded, it just feels mobile. And like I say, it's just a nice heavy tank and something a bit different. And although I say it's, the armour's not quite as good as the Tiger 2, you can bounce a few shots, you can side scrape in it quite happily. And when you are top tier, going up against some of the lower tiers, or even some of the same tier mediums, you can bounce a few shots with some careful angling. Now we are making a bit more of a push again. I think the E50 is about done. The E75, well, he's on a half health, but he'll be they're a tough opponent, but not if they give you the side like that. Ooh, and then was that our friendly Artie that gave him a bit of a smack? No, I was just going for the Commander's Cupola on the Type 59. And I just hit it, I didn't lead it quite enough, and it just hit on that outside edge and bounced off. Now the E50 is trying to side scrape off there, but he's angled way too much. Well, I'm assuming he was trying to side scrape. It's not, well, I say it's not the easiest thing, it just takes a bit of practice, but it's one of the easier things to get wrong, should I say. You know, and everybody can sometimes over-angle that a bit. Now, I took a hit then, was that from the Type 59, but I finished him off. I took another hit coming in from over towards the enemy cap. That was a lucky shot, and Artie's now paying attention. There was one. There's 3 of them. Oh, 2 of them now. But there's another one. And, ooh, I am on very, very low health. And I've been very, very lucky with artillery. They don't have to hit me to kill me. They just have to get it a little bit closer than they have been doing. So 12 hit points is not the ideal situation to be in. Oh, Jagdtiger 88. A bit of a snapshot. I hit him. It didn't penetrate though. I am getting a few bits of assisted damage from this. And I don't know if that was stuff shooting at me. Possibly not, there doesn't seem to be much left. Managed to get one into the side of the Tiger too while he's tracked. And it looks like he's hiding behind the wreckage of the Jagdtiger. Can I hit him? Oh, I can. Not quite enough to kill him though. And yeah, back off because Artie's paying attention again. But now it's down to the light tank. And last I saw of him, he was heading in the opposite direction at high speed on very low health. Oh, there he is, up near our Artie. And we're moving in on the enemy Artie. There's one of them, the M12. Oh, that was a low roll. That could have been my kill. Oh, but he rams the IS-3. And yeah, the other Artie comes in and rams the IS-3 as well. And it's almost as if, with that new thing coming in, where, you know, if somebody kills themselves, their tank's worth gets split across the opposing team, you know, anybody who's alive on it at that time, it almost seemed like that's the new way of killing themselves, is just by ramming something. And it sort of then denies the team getting a share of their worth, but obviously the guy that they ram into will go, when I can speak, the guy that they ram into will get it anyway. So I don't know, maybe they were just going down fighting, and if they were, good on him. But not a bad matchup. Just shy of 3,000 damage done, 1,200 assisted, and well, a little bit of blocked as well. Not much, 640. But then again, that could have been the well, that was the difference between life and death. I was on 12 points for a lot of that. Didn't quite come top, the IS-3 did, and well, looks like he had a good game, so well done to him. I think we've got 3 replays tonight. One of them, in fact, the next one I think it is in the WZ 120 again. I am trying to grind it out, like I say, so you'll probably see a fair amount of this tank over the coming days. And like I've said before, I do really like this tank. Now, what you're seeing here is me, well, basically zoning out. The match was loading in. One of my kids asked me a question, and I was just talking to those and didn't notice that the match had actually started. So that's why I fast-forwarded it, because I was just sat there like a douche for about 30 seconds or more of the match. So now I'm going to rush to try and redeem myself and catch up on this northern corner. Now, this one, I realised that it's almost going to be the same match as I saw, well, as you saw, sorry. I think it was in the last random destruction, and I wasn't intending on going this way. It's, Arctic region, by the way, it's tier 9 match, and it's standard battle. But yeah, I wasn't intending on going this way, but it looked very, very sparse. They were asking for help, so I thought I would go and back them up here. Now, I do like this. I've not got it fully upgraded yet. I think I've got the top everything apart from gun. But the one I have got is 100mm, same as the top gun on the 110. 7.32 rounds a minute, which is quite good actually, with 215 damage and 215 penetration and 320 average damage. It's quite a nimble, mobile tank, medium tank. It's well, it's very much like the Type 59 because it essentially is, but at this stage upgraded, so more manoeuvrability. more firepower and more armour on the turret. But stock, it is the well, yeah, it is almost identical to the Type 59, but at tier 9. I think it just has a slightly higher rate of fire. But I do like this gun on this. And that's that T29 dealt with. But it is a very versatile medium. The turret armour at the minute is 220 on the front, 160 on the sides, 65 on the rear. And the hull armour, well, it's the same as the Type 59, surprisingly. 100 on the front, 80 on the sides, and 45 on the rear. But it's got a bouncy turret, as you can see there. I took a bounce. I have taken a bit of damage. Now the 4502B is very tough from the front, but if you notice, the front of his turret has a curve to it, top to bottom. That, I believe, is the stock turret, and if it is, he should have, I think it's the 105mm or the 10.5cm that was actually, or that is on the 4502A. I'm trying to go for that weak spot, but I'm not quite making it, which is why I've gone full scrub load and switched to premium ammo. That one went through. And he drops down now. That was quite risky for him. He's lost a lot of health doing that and not really gained overly much. Now I've got an IS-3 there. I don't really want to be taking any more damage myself. And I'm sure that was a red tracer coming in from the IS-3. And I forgot to turn my phone off. Sorry about that. But yeah, versatile tank. Like I say, nice bouncy turret, works well as a brawler, especially with the rate of fire on this gun. Probably more so over the top gun, which has a rate of fire there. I don't know what's up with my speech today. 5 rounds a minute, but about 249 penetration, I think 440 damage. But I don't know. I tend to find sometimes that the higher rate of fire is better for up close brawling. Maybe. Sometimes not, sometimes just give them a big old smack and kill them. Now I'm having quite a bit of fun on this corner, I must admit. And there's nothing really going to shoot at me now, so if I can just get down here a bit. Put one into the... nope. Denied the kill, but I did take a little bit long over that. But well, I know that these sort of play quite similar to the high tier Soviet mediums, and I did get up to the T-54 lightweight, but I got very frustrated with tier 8 light tanks and ended up getting rid of it, and I'm actually going to the T-54 through the A-43, the A-44 that way, and I can't remember the one after it. Is it the Object 432? The one that looks like a frying pan. A little bit. No, a bit slow on that one. There's the Rheinmetall Borsig though. I should be able to get a hit on him. I don't know what happened with my aiming there. I was all over the place. Oh, and there's the Oho. And he's taken a lot of damage though. And I just popped one in as I go past. That was quite a cheeky little shot into him. He did take a bit of a pounding though before I put that shell into him. And there's the last guy on the field, the enemy artillery. And that's the match. There we go. I really do like that line of tanks, the Chinese mediums. From, well, the Type 58 had its moments, but from the T-34-1 and up, I've really enjoyed that line. It's been good fun. They don't all play like that. The T-34-1 and the T-34, the T-34-2 are a bit slower. Not slower, sorry. A little bit faster, more manoeuvrable, less armour. But they are good fun tanks. But came out that top, which is always nice. Doesn't feel quite as much of an achievement when you are top tier, but it's still nice. I'm not belittling the fact that I've come top, by no means. But no, it always feels nicer when you're bottom tier, doesn't it? I'm sure you'll agree. But still, that was just an a nice, enjoyable match, and I just had fun in it, and that's what matters. No point getting stressed, you know, things happen, you make mistakes, sometimes things just go wrong, RNG kicks your arse. You just get on with it, but no, it's all about having fun, and that's what that match was. Right, so here we are in Hidden Village. It's a Tier 8 match, standard battle, and I'm in the Tier 7, now Premium German light tank, and I'm going to try and get this pronunciation right, but I apologise if it's wrong. The Aufklarungspanzer Panther, which is a light tank scout version of the Tier 7 medium, the Panther, and it's essentially the Panther hull with a different turret on it, and I believe the specifications were along the lines of, this is from the blurb that was in game before it was removed, with that there was to be a tank and the barrel had to be no longer than the hull of the tank, and it was for moving through forests, if I remember rightly. Now it also has the nickname the Awful Panther, and I quite like it. I don't know why it's nicknamed that, probably because it doesn't work particularly well as a light tank sort of scout. It's not too bad, but it is very big. It's not got the best power to weight ratio, and yeah, its concealment not great. Although it does get the advantage of keeping it, obviously, while on the move and while firing, but it didn't make a particularly good sort of scout tank because of its size. Well, not in the game anyway, because of its size, but it's got a, well, it says 7.5/5.5 centimeter Waffe gun, 17.65 rounds a minute, which is really quite good. 157 pen, 135 damage, so it's got the same damage as the normal Panther, just not that penetration. However, on its premium ammunition it has 221 penetration, and this obviously sees up to tier 10 because it's a scout tank. I'm sure it does. But it's, yeah, like I say, I'm enjoying it. It's got a 900 horsepower engine, so it has got a better power to weight ratio than the standard Panther. Aiming time 2 seconds, accuracy 0.34, so it's you know, it's got fairly good gun handling as well, and minus 10 degrees of gun depression, I think, if I remember rightly, but it is only over the side of the tank. Now the turret armour is where it does get let down a little bit, but it is small, the turret, so I generally get hit in the body, not the turret, unless I'm up close. Well, in the hull, should I say. Turret armour 50 on the front, 30 on the sides and the rear, but it has got a good view range of 400 metres. And the hull, well, standard, like I say, Panther hull, 85 front, 50 sides, 40 rear, which I think is about the same as the normal Panther. Now, the reason I veered off at the beginning of the match is because I thought the Bulldog was actually coming to the centre to do the spotting, and there didn't seem much point to of us being there, so I veered off. Then I saw that he'd actually veered off, which is why I came back here. Did a bit of spotting, saw the Su-152, and this Crusader is the luckiest artillery I have ever known. So damaged his gun the first time and he took no damage, bounced off his gun the second time, but I got him with the third one. The Su-152 got taken care of, and that's when the OI decides to make his presence known to me again and pops round, and I'm also taking hits from that light tank that just got killed up there, so I was just about to call in fire on him and ended up just telling somebody to follow me. Now the OI, I'm not sure what gun he's got on that. It kind of possibly looks like the 10cm, but I'm not entirely sure. But he just, I don't know, it could have been the 15, he might have been reloading, or he just didn't have the gun depression to actually shoot at me. Even though it is quite a tall tank that I'm in. But yeah, I quite like it. I don't know, like I said, I don't quite know why it's got the reputation of the Awful Panther. I've been having fun in it. I bought it the other day when it was on the store. Originally it was in the game as the Tier 7 German light tank, and it got removed and replaced with the, is it the Sparpanzer IC? If that's the right pronunciation. Never sure if it's Spar or Speer. I think it's Spar. Anyway, I digress. It got replaced by that, and anybody that had it kept it as a premium tank. And as far as anybody was aware, that was it. It wasn't going to be coming back. It was removed, done. That's it. But it did come into the store on its own on Cyber Monday in a base package. So yeah, I picked it up. I think it was a base package anyway. I might have got that wrong, but it wasn't too much actually. It was fairly cheap, so I thought I'd pick it up and have a go in it, because I've been enjoying the Panthers. I hated them when I first played the game and got to the match, but I have been enjoying them now. Now I know the game more and know the tanks more. But I have been having fun in this match as well. Like I say, it does have a good power to weight ratio. I think it's got a top speed of around 60 kilometers an hour, if I remember. Yeah, it is. Traverse of 40 on the hull and 44 for the turret as well. And there's just this VK360-1H who's putting up a very good fight, but I've got to be careful. I'm on 181 health, and I could be potentially a one-shot kill for him. But that's it, that's the game. But yeah, I'm enjoying this. I might even do a review of it in case it comes back on the store again, because it does kind of play different to most light tanks. But 112,000 credits, just under 3,000 damage, 3,000 experience, first class mastery. I did get 25% extra silver though for the op, 2,000 pound damage done, and 1368 assisted, and that put me just at the top. But it being a tier 7 light tank, tier 8 is about the best you can hope for, so essentially I was top tier in that match. But there you go. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's episode, and I hope it's been entertaining for you, and I'll be back tomorrow with something a bit different. And as always, take care out there, and I'll catch you next time. See you later.